We have a couple clips of Fox News liberal Jessica Tarlov on Fox News The 5 destroying her MAGA co-hosts for their propaganda attempts, starting off first with the indictment that a grand jury of Americans who are impartial officially voted on to re-indict Trump on these 4 charges after they were slimmed down to stay in accordance with the Supreme Court ruling. So let's hear what Jessica has to say.
Jack Smith basically headed off what he knew would be coming if Judge Chutkan ruled on this again or said something. He went back. He kind of trimmed the fat off of the indictment based on the SCOTUS ruling, which you guys all thought was so great. So he took that under consideration and he brought these same 4 charges again, but with it slimmed down and changing the language all over. So instead of talking about Donald Trump as president, he talks about Donald Trump as a candidate for president in 2020. Mike Pence isn't the VP anymore. He is the president of the Senate. And you're right, that new grand jury looked at it and they said, hell yeah, all 4 of those charges make sense. He should go to trial for this. He's going to be charged. It is not election interference. It is a continuation of this case, and it does not violate the 60-day rule or the 90-day rule.
This is exactly correct, and I'd like to point out, if you have a child's birthday coming up, if you have a new job interview, if you have some life-changing event coming up, no court would postpone your trial as to not interfere with that. Trump did these crimes. He doesn't deny it, so it's his fault and nobody else's. If it's election interference, then it's his own election interference for doing the crimes and then running for office. You can't just have a get out of jail free card. Like, can I just murder someone and then be like, well, I'm running for president, so it's kind of election interference if you try me for this? No. And it's like nobody buys that malarkey for Trump either. The way that grown men and women can't take accountability on Trump's part or allow another adult to take accountability on MAGA, the cult's part, is just incredibly childish, weird, very weird, and disgusting. They've been working on bringing these charges since he committed the crime. He didn't deny doing any of them. He ran to SCOTUS and said, give me immunity, make me immune, please save me, I nominated you guys. So they fixed the language to talk about non-official acts only, and a grand jury of impartial Americans re-indicted him on the crime. The way MAGA cries and can't cope with Trump being held accountable for his actions is disgusting. They go to the length to say, well, you know, what's more likely is that all courts, all judges, all institutions, all DAs, all AGs, all Democrats, and the law itself is just a grand conspiracy against Trump. But again, when you're voting for the party of Jewish space lasers, it's not that weird or hard to see why you might buy something so incredibly dumb.
You're the vice president of the United States of America. There is a lot of positive stuff to run on. And then just make clear to people, you know, it's like all of us have bosses, right? And we might not agree with everything that they think. So you say, we did a lot of good. This is how I would do this differently. This is why a Kamala Harris administration isn't for the EV mandate. And then explain it. I don't think it's complicated.
This is also exactly right. And there's plenty that she did in her role as VP that she can then highlight while also explaining where she'll be different. Like how in 2021, she was assigned to tackle the root causes of migration in 3 Central American countries, where she then went, visited with those countries, worked out a plan, and migration from those 3 countries dropped. Or how she led the way on the child tax credit. She helped with the Afghanistan withdrawal. She was a key part in the recent hostage negotiation that saw the most hostages released since the Cold War. And she has even more progressive policies to tackle on the economy, things like price gouging and housing. It's revolutionary and something that any American with everyday Americans' best interests in mind can get behind supporting. But Trump wants to brainwash most of America into supporting selfish policies that only the wealthy and those economically well off will benefit from. It's about what you want the future of America to be. Throat-crushing capitalism where only the rich survive, hatred and division, racism and misogyny, or hope, peace, unity, economic prosperity for all. And I think for most, the answer is pretty simple to come to. And that's why Kamala Harris has been surging in the polls. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together. Peace.